What's the haps? I'm Meroka and welcome back to SkySaga. Today I would like to show you how to farm quite a lot of Abyssium, because it's a fairly useful and well sought after resource and it makes a lot of cool stuff. And it also looks badass because it's totally black. So, let's have a look at things. Firstly, why would you need a lot? You might need a lot to make these things. These things are pretty expensive. They take 72 Abyssium ore each. And if you want to make two of them, so you can dual wield them or anything, then that's going to be 144. And then you can make them, and then you can put them away forever because they're too valuable to use, because goddamn you do not want to have to repair those. Jesus. Anyway, what you're going to need for this little experiment, by the way, armor is far more useful. They don't seem to degrade. What you're going to need for this is your good self. Hello. You can't see me in the darkness, but hello. You will also need a Warrior's Tomb keystone. So let's pop that on our bar, and let's go head to the Warrior's Tomb. This may work in other dungeons, but for now, the Warrior's Tomb is by far and away the most effective way of doing this I have found, so we're going to go and do that. So we're going to fire up this world, I'm going to head through and we're going to show you how to make an Abyssium farm in the Warrior's Tomb. Hello and welcome to the Warrior's Tomb. We've got some other things in this world, but I'm not terribly interested in them. We have got something over there, but obviously what I'm looking forward to is the Warrior's Tomb. Obviously, you can get this without getting a specific keystone. I was fortunate enough to just have one conveniently on hand there, so that was perfectly okay. You could just make medium desert levels. Those would totally work as well. There's a nice oasis over there, but we're not going to bother with that. We're going to head straight towards the main central feature of the land. They're pretty obvious. It's this big orange and blue structure in the middle. Ouch, I just got shot by a cactus. And you can head up there. And the entrance should be fairly obvious. Should be a big old doorway leading down into the depths. So I'm going to head in. I will probably skip out a lot of the fighting the way down to the depths, because somewhere around here there will be an entrance. At night time you'll find a lot more skellies around here, because skellies are fairly abundant, but you will find them in the daytime nonetheless. Normally, skeletons would only spawn at night time, but around these sort of skeleton structures, they will spawn in the daytime as well. So here we are, we're in the Warrior's Tomb. That's a long way to fall. I don't actually know how I get down there. I get down there by jumping, I presume. Ouch. That's okay, I can take a hit. Anyway, so I'm going to fight my way through this. It's going to be a bit of a crypt, a bit of a labyrinth kind of thing, and then eventually we will find ourselves at a boss. So I'll bring you back when we find a boss. Eventually, once you've fought your way through the crypt, you'll find yourself with a room that looks a little bit like this one. You've seen a portal room before, so you know what it looks like. In it, there should be a boss monster. We have a skeleton, we have a skeleton warrior. There is indeed a skeleton king as well. Skeleton king is what we're after. If you can deal with the ads pretty effectively and pretty quickly, we can get onto the boss. Really don't want him to be summoning too much stuff, because his ability is that he will summon more skeletons to fight you, so you want to stay on him. Basically, he's not going to attack you directly, but he will attempt to summon things. If you hit him hard enough and fast enough, and I find Sunsteel Falchions seem to do the job pretty well, you can usually kind of keep him stun-locked. If you just keep hitting him, he won't be able to summon any more stuff. If you can pin him in a corner with a Sunsteel Falchion, it may work with other weapons, but I've heard other people say that no, you can't stun-lock him with like an ordinary sword or other types of materials, so I can tell you for a fact Sunsteel Falchions, two of them, do the job pretty nicely for stun-locking him. And then you've got the room to yourself. So you want to head back out. So what I've done is I've taken a little of the floor out there so it creates a bit of a better line of sight. Just create a straight run to the boss room. Straight as you can make it, as long, and just somewhere to walk away from, because spawning in SkySaga seems to be entirely based on distance. So you just walk far enough away. And if you look back, sometimes I think I saw a flicker of red there, which seems to suggest there was a health bar. Sometimes if you can get the line of sight right, you can in fact see the thing spawn, and you know when to go back in there. So there we go. We've got another skeleton king, and there will be another mark waiting for us once I kill it. Problem is, sometimes it spawns it with all these extra warriors and skeletons and things, and other times it doesn't. So sometimes it's going to be a tougher fight than others. Sometimes you might be able to get away with it pretty easily. I have also used all my stamina up here, so it's going to be a tough fight. I've got quite a horde here. But to be fair, the Falchion's got quite a large hit range on it, and all these things are crowded around nicely. So I should be able to take this guy out. If I stand back and let some energy regen, I might be able to get some good hits. A bit more damage. Aim for the cranium. I'm not sure if that actually works. I feel like aiming for the head works better for killing things. I could be just seeing things, but there you go. There's another mark. Ta-da! There's a skeleton up there. I don't know how the heck I'm going to get him down because I got no bows. We have another player arriving. Other players will, of course, interfere with this because obviously it's based on player distance to things. If there's someone else running around, they might interfere with your plans. Obviously, this is genuinely going to work much better if you let other people leave the area. If you've got the entire adventure to yourself, you'll be able to make this farm dead easy, no trouble. If other people are running around, they could get close enough to the boss room, like walking around in the catacombs above it, that you might not be able to get the boss to spawn. In this instance, this might work. I'm not sure. That other player might be getting too close. But if I walk to the back here and turn around, I can't see if anything's spawned there. I'm not seeing any nameplates. The other player's arrival may have interfered with things. I had this going briefly, very briefly. We shall see. There's definitely things have spawned in there. Yeah, there's another boss. The boss is a little random as well sometimes. Sometimes it seems to spawn just a few ads and no boss. So there's a little bit of trial and error involved in all of this. You need to just find out what works best for your particular instance, because obviously there's a lot of randomization, procedural generation in this game. So you're not going to get the same things every time. You're not going to get the same rooms. You're not going to get the same format, and the same bosses are not going to spawn the same thing every time. This is quite a nasty boss fight, actually. In this instance, I've let him get the upper hand on me here, I think. There's too many skeletons. Admittedly, I'm wearing Abyssium armor, so none of this is really going to hit me terribly hard. I can just sort of chew my way through everything. It's not going to be too big a deal. I think there's an archer off to my side that's doing most of the damage there. He's pretty nasty. If I can pin him in the corner, he definitely can't spawn any more stuff now because I've got him pinned down. And there we go, that's another mark. And obviously, we're here for Abyssium, not for marks, right? Well, they're pretty much one and the same. If you weren't already aware, let me just kill the archer. The archer's going to be the big problem there. The other one wasn't an archer, I don't think. So if that one would like to kindly die, what you can then do, if you were not already aware of this, because I wasn't immediately aware of this when I started playing, is you can take any mark you like, not to the repair, in fact to the dismantling. You can put that in there, and you'll get 3 Abyssium ore, 3 components of Abyssium ore for each mark. So that is 12 Abyssium ore I have right there, which is enough to make me... Well, it's not enough to make any armor yet, but I've got a little farm here, so I could go back and forth and get myself some more marks, and thereby more Abyssium ore, and I could make myself some gear pretty quickly. So this is your very, very basic Abyssium farm. You could potentially set up I'm not immediately aware of any designs, but I'm fairly sure you could make a design to specifically farm the boss without taking too much damage. So you could set things up. As it is, I'm just sort of assuming that you're fairly competent at fighting the boss. This is just a really basic setup to force the boss to spawn repeatedly. If you just walk, you create a long straight run and walk far enough away, the boss will spawn repeatedly, and you can farm him for marks. You'll also get, if I bring up my inventory, you'll also find yourself getting dark hearts, as well as some ever-living shards, and occasionally jewels in the north, I think. I think the Skeleton King, once in a blue moon, drops those for some reason, in spite of the fact that's supposed to be like a Yeti thing. I don't know. Either way, if you want to farm predominantly Marks of the Desert and a good number of Dark Hearts, this is not a bad little way to do that. It's a good way to acquire a good amount of that. And you will find yourself well on the way to Abyssium Falchions in no time whatsoever. Oh look, he's come back already. I didn't even have to go all the way back. And he's got no ads. So now he's all alone and super weak and feeble. And I can just stab him in the head a bunch of times. So he makes kind of makes a summoning noise, kind of got that dong noise that says he's summoning things, but as long as you keep laying the attacks on him, he actually won't be able to counteract. I imagine Radiant Worlds will fix this at some point in the future, because this just seems kind of cheaty. But for now, in Alpha 4, this totally works. Hey, got another mark. Hey, got another shard. It's pretty good stuff. Well, there you go. That's how to farm this stuff. It's pretty good. I like it. I don't think I really need any more now, but you guys might need it, so I hope that's useful to someone. So thank you for watching. I've been Meroka. I'll see you next time. Yeah!